G'day everyone and welcome back to the channel. Welcome to this FIFA 23 Arsenal Career Mode series. This is episode 25, so make sure to drop a like, comment and subscribe if you enjoy. And yeah, see how we got here. Episode 25, a quarter of the way to 100. Doubt we'll ever get to episode 100, but that'd be awesome if we did, and that's what we're going to aim for the time being. But yeah, coming off last episode, a little disappointing to see we are now no longer unbeaten in the Premier League, but we're still on top of the league by 5 points, so hopefully we can extend that lead throughout this episode. I did just want to quickly mention that I changed the half length minutes to 4 minutes now. I was playing on 5-minute halves, but I decided to go to 4-minute halves just to try to make the scoring a little bit more realistic, not have as much high-scoring games, so that might help slightly, but also just helps me bang out more matches and get more content quicker. And speaking of scoring, it's going to be Thomas Partey getting us on the board here. 1-0 up against Burnley here. And speaking of Burnley, I believe they've just qualified to be coming back up to the Premier League next season in real life, so congrats to them. I believe they're managed by Vincent Kompany as well, that ex-Manchester City player. Burnley tie the game up here through Weghorst. I think he's the one that Manchester United have on loan in real life. We're looking to get the lead back again here through Smith Rowe. He scored so many clutch goals for us, and he decides to go himself and hits it across the keeper on his left. And we take the lead again with just under 10 minutes to play. But Burnley basically straight from kickoff. You see they've sent quite a few people forward, and Ramsdale cannot make the save there. And they've tied it up as we look to try to get a late winner here again through Trossard. What a save there. That was a good hit from Trossard. I'm thinking about making him as a centre forward as well, but let me know what you guys think. Should I keep him as a winger or a centre forward? You see there the stats. We really deserve the win according to the stats there, according to the XGs and stuff. But unfortunately, we're only able to pick up 1 point instead of the 3. So that could come back to bite us later in the season. But going up against Crystal Palace now, really want to rectify that last result and get back on the winning train here. Crystal Palace have a couple of decent players, the likes of Zaha, who's been linked with Arsenal forever, it seems like. But I don't think I'm going to be bringing him in this save either. He's not rated as high as I feel like he has been in the past, or at least he doesn't have the potential anymore. He's quite a older player. I thought he was still quite young. But Jesus, what a finish that was. That was like a Jackie Chan karate type kick. And it just lofted over the goalkeeper beautifully. Tomiyasu gets it to Declan Rice, to Xhaka, to Jesus, and I'm not sure what I even call that. Was that a good shot? Was that awful goalkeeping? Was it both? And I must say, I think the goalkeepers in this game are really quite sus. I mean, I feel like it's always been a problem for FIFA. But we lay it off to Jesus again, and just like that, he's got a hat-trick. This guy is an absolute star, and I don't see him not being on the team at any stage during this whole series, unless something drastic happens, like an injury, which kept him out previously. But a good goal there from Decore, beautifully worked goal. But that's really just a consolation goal as we win 3-1 there. Jesus gets his hat-trick, and everyone's happy, although the stats say it should have been a lot closer, but maybe that just goes to show how awful their goalkeeper was, because those were some interesting attempts at saves. But getting into the cup game now. But first, we had to deal with some contract issues. I did try to re-sign the players who were going to be out on contract, but unfortunately, they didn't want to negotiate. They said no, so I'm going to be losing quite a few players for free. So that's quite bad management on my part, and I don't really know what I could have done differently. Maybe just renewed them a lot earlier than I tried to, which is fair enough. I mean, I wasn't sure. I didn't want to commit. And they decided, you know what, I don't want to re-sign. So it's going to be the likes of Xhaka and Holding are just a couple I remember. And then I think the others are just some young players who I didn't really want to keep anyway. But in the Carabao Cup now, where some of these are players who can't make the first team shine, like Fabio Vieira there just runs onto a great ball from Eddie Nketiah and puts us up 1-0. And this is just really a showcase game where we bring in the second teamers. But some of them are still great quality, like Smith Rowe, Vieira. I don't know who else we have, but just the midfielders like Xhaka. And then Kedia scores one there to put us up 2-0, and we were just all over them from the get-go. I mean, Blackburn don't really have much of a hope, I feel like, in this against the squad I'm running with. It's going to be Musa, the young American, I believe, who we brought in last transfer window, and he's been great. He's just got so much pace, he's hard to deal with. But Blackburn aren't going to be kept out forever as they get one just before the end of the half there to make it 3-1. But Smith Rowe shot gets blocked again. This time it's going to be Vieira on the outside of the boot, and he just curls that in beautifully. Just what a finish from Fabio. I'm gonna regret losing him a little bit, to be honest. I think he's been great when he's been called upon, but I just don't really think he fits our system that we're running with, the formation, that sort of thing. So I am going to let him go. But back in the Premier League now, where we are doing very, very well still. You see our lead's dropped a little bit. It's down to 3 points now. That's because of that draw against Burnley at the start. And you see down the bottom there, it looks like it's Watford, Sheffield, and I'm not sure who the other one was there. But West Ham, another team that's doing very, very poorly in real life, but I feel like in the game, they're still rated quite good, and they have a few dangerous players. Obviously, I did steal Declan Rice from them, so that's going to hurt him quite a lot. As you see here, he's actually I think he's our highest rated player. Yeah, he is, along with Saka there at 89 overall. And then he's got the morale boost as well, which gives him even greater stats. So he's really like a 90 plus overall player for us. And Martin Odegaard, the captain, are we going to finally score a free kick? I still don't think I've scored one in the whole of FIFA 23. And he curls one, but it hits off the post. And we've been denied yet again. One day I'm going to score a free kick. One day, I'm telling you. But here, West Ham on the counter here. They cross it down. It falls to Antonio. And he finishes that beautifully. He got a little bit lucky. Ben White probably should have done a bit better there. And Ramsdale could have done a little bit better as well. But it was just a great finish. And now we're looking to come back and get an equaliser. It's going to be Declan Rice. And I don't know how he's missed the target there. That's very disappointing. As we go into the second half now, Martinelli's going to cut back. He finds Partey, Jesus, and Jesus isn't going to miss from that sort of range. Of course it's Jesus. He's never going to not score. He's just too good for that, averaging over a goal a game. This Brazilian is just unbelievable. But West Ham looking for a late winner here. Extra time. Ref could call it any second and probably should have. We blocked the cross, but they still have possession. The ref's letting it go on. Paqueta to Skamaka, and Skamaka's going to score and get the late winner, and it's going to hurt. We go from getting at least 1 point to 0 now as we lose that game in the 95th minute. Should have been only 92 minutes played, so pretty upset about that. And we did have control the majority of the game stat-wise, but we were just never in the lead and could never get the lead. So it's pretty hard to win when you don't have the lead. Shocking. But big game coming up now. You see there, Liverpool have tied us now on points with Chelsea not too far behind. Aston Villa actually in the top 4, which is nice to see. But it's going to be Tottenham and then Crystal Palace again. So playing Crystal Palace for the second time in a fortnight. But coming up against our arch rivals here, the Tottenham Hotspurs. Son is actually the captain for them. They've got Dembele as well on the other wing. And obviously Kane down the middle, who's very hard to stop. But we are at home, so hopefully we don't disappoint our fans here and we get a win and back on the winning ways, because that was not a good way to lose last game. Very disappointing. There's going to be Harry Kane into Dembele. I thought it went in there, but I think Ramsdale actually got a hand to that. And he keeps the clean sheet intact for now. But it's going to be Dembele again, causing a bit of chaos down the wing. And Son hits one. And I think Ramsdale should be doing better there, but Son did hit that with a lot of force, and he puts them up 1-0. Smith Rowe finds Odegaard, he finds Jesus, and that was just a beautifully worked goal there. Some good triangle passing there, and we just broke the Spurs defence there. And Saka now finds Odegaard. Jesus gets a little bit lucky, and he's not going to miss. Jesus scores once again. You already know it had to be that guy. We did get a little bit fortunate, but you make your own luck sometimes in this. And Smith Rowe is going to cross it, finds Jesus, and Jesus with another acrobatic strike, but it's kept out by the goalie. But Saka now has a chance. What's he going to do? He's going to go to the byline. Is he going to go himself? No, he cuts it back beautifully to Jesus. He has an open goal, basically. Secures us the 3 points and a win over our arch nemesis as we look to keep that first place in the Premier League at this stage and for the rest of the season, hopefully. But not a lot of shots that game, only 10 shots total, but 3 goals. So not 3 goals, 4 goals in total. So the striking was clinical. But now back up against Crystal Palace, I've rotated the squad a fair bit just to try to get some players some game time and to keep the others fit for future games. This time we're the away side, and it's been snowing as well here, but this game was absolutely dead, as I didn't want to bother showing you guys any highlights because they were just all goalie saves. I mean, I could have bored you guys, but I felt like, you see the stats there, it was all one-way traffic really, and their goalie, we just couldn't beat him today. 0-0, you don't see that very often, but maybe that is because I changed the half lengths to 4 minutes as well, so if you don't take your chances, that's what's going to happen. But yeah, that's about it for this episode, guys. As I said before, make sure to drop a like, comment, and subscribe. It really helps me out. And have some guesses down below in the comments to see who I bring in. I've got a lot of money to spend, so I could go big and sign one of the big boys. You probably know what I'm talking about, but I'll leave that up to you guys to guess in the comments down below. I have about 170 mil, I think, off the top of my head to spend. But unfortunately, I am going to be losing Holding, Xhaka, and a couple other players for free. So I'm not going to be reimbursed for that at all. So pretty poor management from me, but we'll deal with that in the next episode, guys. See you in the next one. Peace.